Welcome to Seize the Mains by Raj Malhotra's IAS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana and this is season 3 of our daily answer writing initiative. As you know that we have linked this initiative to our 2:30 p.m. weekly subject wise current affairs discussion. 2:30 बजे रोज़ मंडे टू सैटरडे आपको एक टॉपिक पढ़ाया जाता है जो कि करंट अफेयर्स में से होता है और मेंस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है. उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन भी उसी डिस्कशन में डिस्प्ले किया जाता है एंड इट इज़ अपलोडेड ऑन आवर वेबसाइट ऑल्सो in this mains answer writing section on a daily basis from Monday to Saturday. उस क्वेश्चन पे आप सैम्पल आंसर्स कमेंट सेक्शन में दे सकते हैं. यू कैन गिव द आंसर्स टू दीज क्वेश्चंस इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू गो थ्रू ऑल दिस प्रोसेस, द लिंक टू द क्वेश्चन इज देयर इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दिस वीडियो. डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक पे क्लिक करेंगे तो वो सीधा वेबसाइट पे लेके जाएगा एंड देयर यू कैन post your answers. So day before yesterday on Wednesday we took a topic called forest Indian Forest Acts 1927. इसमें कुछ amendments लाने की बात हो रही है. The central government is trying to bring some amendments. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has come up with some amendments. Few years back also some amendments were brought in जहाँ पे बैम्बू को ग्रास क्लासीफाई कर दिया था. उसको ट्री की क्लासिफिकेशन से हटा के ग्रास का दर्जा दे दिया गया था सो दैट फेलिंग ऑफ बैम्बू कुड बी टेकन प्लेस और इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट में इंडस्ट्रीज़ में बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प हो. और जो लोकल कम्युनिटीज़ हैं जो कि बैम्बू के ट्रेड पर सर्वाइव करती हैं, बैम्बू की चीज़ों पर सर्वाइव करती हैं, बैम्बू की और चीज़ें बनाकर बेचती हैं, सो दैट फेलिंग ऑफ बैम्बू वॉज नॉट अ क्राइम एनी मोर and it was classified as a grass. Now some new amendments have been brought in. They're trying to be brought in and what are these new amendments? इनके अराउंड हम लोग क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करेंगे. दिस इज इट इज़ हाईली प्रोबेबल दैट अ क्वेश्चन सेपरेटली ऑन इंडियन फॉरेस्ट एक्ट विल बी आस्क्ड फ्रॉम यू इन दिस ईयर्स मेंस और नेक्स्ट ईयर. सो वेदर यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर स्टेट सिविल सर्विसेज, वेदर यू आर सिटिंग फॉर मेंस दिस ईयर और नेक्स्ट ईयर, दिस टॉपिक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन? Enumerate the features of the Indian Forest Act 1927. Also discuss the impacts of the recently proposed amendments in the foreseeable future. So first of all, features बताने हैं. So in your environment part, if you have studied GS, in your environment part you must have studied about features of Indian Forest Act. If you have not studied, then we will be studying it today. Also discuss the impacts of recently proposed amendments. Impacts बताने हैं कि जो recently amendments लाई जा रही हैं Ministry of Environment के through, what will be the impact? So you can write positive as well as negative side and sum up your answer in 250 words. Now as we always begin from an introduction, in introduction what do? We introduce the subject of discussion to the examiner. जिस भी चीज़ के अराउंड क्वेश्चन फॉर्म्ड है उस चीज़ की या तो हम डेफिनेशन दे देते हैं या उससे रिलेटेड डेटा प्रेजेंट कर देते हैं और वी गिव अ जनरल इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट दैट इज़ बीइंग आस्क्ड इन द क्वेश्चन. बेसिकली वी फ्लॉन्ट आवर नॉलेज, हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग का जो होराइजन है वो कितने वाइड हैं उस टॉपिक को लेकर. सो वी फ्लॉन्ट दैट नॉलेज इन द इंट्रोडक्शन इटसेल्फ सो दैट द एग्जामिनर अंडरस्टैंड्स दैट द स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ understanding of this aspirant is really high. So he or she reads your answer very seriously. So the important things that you have to write in introduction is that why was Indian Forest Act 1927 brought, what were its important features, we'll be covering in the body paragraph. So why was it brought? It aimed to regulate the movement of forest produce and the duty leviable on forest produce. Forest से जो भी resources आ रहे थे उनके ऊपर taxes लगाने के लिए, उससे revenue generate करने के लिए this act was brought in. So this act has also got the details of what a forest offence is. क्या कैटल को फॉरेस्ट में लेकर जाना या खुद किसी ऐसे प्रोटेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट में चले जाना, will that count as an offence? Or did the tribal communities have had the right to stay after bringing in of this act? So all these things were listed down in Forest Act of 1927. What are the acts prohibited inside a reserved forest and penalties leviable on violations of provision of the act? So this is something also. It was इंडिपेंडेंस से पहले तक 3 फॉरेस्ट एक्ट्स आ चुके थे. आफ्टर द फॉरेस्ट एक्ट वाज इनैक्टेड इन 1865, दिस वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम. देन इट वाज अमेंडेड ट्वाइस. फर्स्ट इन 1878 एंड देन इन 1927. 1927 वाला हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं बिकॉज फ्रॉम आर यूपीएससी प्रेपरेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दिस 1865 एंड 1878 तो नहीं, बट 1927 एक्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज अगेन एंड अगेन दिस हैज बीन अमेंडेड एंड दिस अप्लाइज even till today. So the penalties and procedures given in this act aim to extend the state's control over forest as well as diminishing the status of people's right to forest use. So the Britishers realized कि जो forest से resources मिलते हैं उन पर या तो हम टैक्स लगा सकते हैं या उनको बेचकर बहुत सारा पैसा जमा किया जा सकता है. सो वॉट दे डिड वॉज वॉट एवर विलेजर्स वर स्टेइंग अराउंड और इनसाइड द फॉरेस्ट, उन लोकल कम्युनिटीज़ के राइट्स को यूसर्प कर लिया गया. देयर राइट्स वर नॉट गिवन टू देम, रादर फॉरेस्ट वर डिक्लेयर्ड एज अ रिसोर्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. दे वर डिक्लेयर्ड एज गवर्नमेंट प्रॉपर्टी. तो फॉरेस्ट से जो भी चीज़ें अवेलेबल हो रही थी, वेदर इट वॉज गम, रबर, बैम्बू, वट एवर, और टिम्बर एज वेल, so that was declared as a resource of the government. So and also penalties भी list down की गई थी and it alienated their age old symbiotic association. Many communities even today, village communities, tribal communities, they have a symbiotic association with forest. The forest serve them and in like return what they do is they protect the forest and they take care, they preserve the pristine or natural environment. So this is your introduction, this much information, that why was it brought up, what were its impacts, these are enough. Now you can talk about the objectives or the broad features. So first of all, since this was the third Forest Act, so what it did was it consolidated all the previous laws regarding forest. So consolidation was the first objective. The second one was that it created different classes of forest: reserved forest, protected forest, village forest. 3 types of forest were created. There was a inspector also, forest settlement officer. ये post भी create की गई थी to look after all the things that were happening in the forest. So also to regulate movement and transit of forest produce, as we saw in the introduction also. So this can act as your point also, but don't write the whole answer around it. Also to define the procedure to be followed declaring an area as reserved, protected or village forest. So this was there to define forest offences obviously, and to make conservation of forest and wildlife more accountable. What does the word accountable here mean? That anybody crossing the boundary of a forest or entering a forest would be liable for an offence. So this was one of the provisions. Making conservation of forest and wildlife, it was brought in to be more accountable. So only government had the rights to do whatever they wanted to. Now the types of forests that have been classified under this. See, this is a short answer, so don't write full answer as we have written here. For example, there are 3 types of forest: reserved forest, protected forest and village forest. So reserved forest, what you can do is either give just few words, 4 to 5 words defining each of these 3 types, 1, 2, 3, reserved, protected, village. तीनों के लिए 4 से 5 शब्द लिख दीजिए एंड उसके बाद डिग्री ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन डिफाइन कर दीजिए कि डिग्री ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन हाईएस्ट से लोएस्ट किस में है. तो रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट में सबसे ज़्यादा होती है, प्रोटेक्टेड में उससे कम और विलेज में सबसे कम. रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट आपके कौन से हैं? व्हाट आर द रिजर्व फॉरेस्ट? इन दीज आर द मोस्ट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड फॉरेस्ट, जहाँ पे लोकल कम्युनिटीज़ को राइट्स ही अवेलेबल नहीं है, कुछ वो अंदर भी नहीं जा सकते हैं. द सेकेंड वन आर प्रोटेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट. सो दीज आर बेसिकली लेस रेगुलेटेड, बट इनको प्रोटेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट सरकार ने क्यों दर्जा दिया हुआ है? बिकॉज द फ्रूट्स, द टिम्बर और द गम रेजिन्स, वट एवर resources are available out of forest, they can generate a lot of revenue. So सरकार ने, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट ने इस एरिया को अपने अंडर लेने के लिए प्रोटेक्टेड फॉरेस्ट भी बनाए थे, little less restrictions. And the third is village forest. Village forest is a type of reserved forest जहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट राइट दे देती है विलेज कम्युनिटी को उन फॉरेस्ट रिसोर्सेज को यूज़ करने का या एक्सप्लॉइट करने का. Then degree of protection has been done, and you can talk about this post of forest settlement officer also, which is appointed by the state government to look after all these issues, whatever incidents are happening inside these forest areas. So you can talk about this also, and this ends your features regarding Indian Forest Act of 1927. You've given the introduction दे दिया है, objectives बता दिए हैं, and थोड़ा explain भी कर दिया है कि इसमें क्या क्या चीज़ें इंपॉर्टेंट है. वॉट एवर इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स वर देयर दैट ऑल्सो यू एक्सप्लेन्ड. Now moving on to the amendment part. So the amendment, as we discussed in the Wednesday current affairs lecture also, amendment basically talks about कि जो minor forest offences हैं, relatively minor violations की एक पेड़ काट दिया, आग जलती छोड़ दी या आग लगा सर्दी के मौसम में आग जला ली फॉरेस्ट एरिया में. So basically इन पे फाइन लगता था. Fine was levied on minor forest violations like felling a tree or kindling fire. And for the major violations also there were same punishments available. तो अब minor violations को decriminalize किया जा रहा है कि jail term नहीं होगी. Jail term used to extend till 6 months. So jail term has been deleted. Fine will be imposed if somebody cuts a tree. Fine will be imposed still, but it will not be it will not be criminal offence. So why has this amendment been brought in? What are its positive impacts now? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डिफ्रेंशिएट किया जा सकता है कि किसी ने एक पेड़ काटा है. देयर कैन बी डिफ्रेंशिएशन बिटवीन समबडी हु इज कटिंग 1 ट्री एंड 10 ट्रीज. सो दीज पीपल कैन बी ट्रीटेड डिफरेंटली. एक पे सिर्फ फाइन लगाना है और दूसरे को जेल की टर्म देनी है. सो व्हाट इट डज इज इट एक्सक्लूड्स अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु हैव नॉट कमिटेड मेजर violations of this of the provisions of this act. So expeditious resolution of complaints, speedy justice provision जल्दी हो पाएगा. Then it will also reduce the compliance burden on citizens. Citizens के लिए आसान होगा comply करना government authorities के साथ. Then rationalize penalties. Penalties can be rationalized on the basis of minor forest violations or the major forest offences. And subsequently it will prevent harassment of citizens. Basically if somebody cuts one tree या आग जलती छोड़ दी तो 6 months की jail term का provision तो था, but these jail terms were not usually given. So what was happening was harassment of citizens were happening. They were constantly living in a fear that if they are not in good terms with the forest officer, they might go to jail because like 4 months back they left fire open or they were found cutting down a tree or a part of tree. So this harassment was going on. So now this harassment will not happen. And secondly only the major forest violations जो है सिर्फ उन्हीं को देखना पड़ेगा forest officers को, and the real criminals can be targeted rather than normal citizens being harassed. So what is the opposition? First of all, cutting down one tree is not normal. It's not good for the environment. For example, if somebody cuts one tree after a few months and he ends up cutting 10-20 trees in a particular year. So basically जो jail term का provision था that was acting as a deterrent. jail या imprisonment नहीं होती थी, but it was acting as a deterrent. So the provision of imprisonment, whether actually carried out or not, act as a deterrent. Now there will not be any deterrent. Secondly, look at the year of this act. It was brought in 1927. 1927 में लाया गया था और तब इंडियन पार्लियामेंट नहीं बना था. द पार्लियामेंट एज वी सी इट टुडे. सो दिस से द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट डजंट हैव अ राइट टू अमेंड दिस एक्ट टू सच एन एक्सटेंट. बैम्बू के टाइम पे अमेंड किया था, दैट वाज फाइन, बट टू सच एन एक्सटेंट दैट डी लिस्टिंग ऑफेंसेस, दिस इज नॉट अलाउड. और एंड many state governments have brought up their own forest acts. States understand that it is their responsibility to conserve environment, forest and wildlife, so they have come up with their own forest acts. There are just few states which actually comply with Indian Forest Act of 1927. And what are these states? You have to write down that only these states are there: Punjab, MP, Bengal and Bihar and Haryana. So apart from these, there are no states which actually follow this act, and central government bringing an amendment in this is actually an infringement on the rights of the states. So there are 2 downsides to it and 4 positives to it. So this is a very small current affair issue, and the answer to this has been understood by us कि कैसे approach करना है. 150 words का answer है, so conclusion might not be necessary. You can write a way forward or a way ahead in just 1 to 2 lines that coordination between center and states and all the authorities is required, because ultimately our goal in DPSPs also, in fundamental duties also, and as honest citizens also, and our sustainable development goal is ultimately to conserve the environment without harassing citizens. So a due process should be given heed to before bringing out any amendments, and whatever amendments the government is bringing, they are welcomed and they will definitely have a positive impact on the in the times to come. So if you haven't written this answer yet, we have received already like many answers on our website and personally also. If you are somebody जिसने answer नहीं लिखा है अभी तक, so after this video, click on the link in the description. It will take you to our website. आप अपना answer type कर सकते हैं या अपने handwritten answer की photos click करके upload कर सकते हैं. When we all practice together, only then we get to grow, only then we can ensure that when we sit for mains, we'll definitely clear it. So practice is the key, and the right practice is the real key. So keep practicing with us. I'll see you with another discussion tomorrow. Stay tuned.